We're out here today doing a nice slow controlled burn, trying to revitalize some of these native grasses, and fire is such a good management tool, but you gotta be really careful when you're doing it, and it's easy to do too. So I figured I'd talk about how we're just doing it with very minimal equipment today. Basically just have a propane torch to light the fire where we want to start it, and then a couple leaf blowers just to help control it. Today's conditions are optimal, so that's one thing you want to pay close attention to is the weather. We have a light northwest wind, about 5 to 7 miles an hour. Humidity level, roughly 55, 58, somewhere around there. So very good conditions that's going to help our burn. What we did with that northwest wind started in the southeast corner of this field. And we have fire breaks, which are very important. It's just mowed past here, but we're creating our own fire break by starting on the downwind side and letting it back into the wind. So I'm gonna let this burn for a little bit. So I just took this propane torch and just lit small little areas to let that fire start building up and go back into the wind. And I'm just gonna keep going down this line, creating that fire break on this side to let it burn slowly into the wind. I'm letting it burn a little bit further than I probably need to, but I want it to burn slower and burn as close to the ground as possible. And then I'll go around on the top side, which would be the northwest side, and let it burn back into this fire we already have going. So very simple. It's all about just going slow. You know, if you light too much at one time, that's when it can start to get out of control. And once that fire really starts building, it can even create its own little wind currents and get a lot harder to control. So just go slow, light small areas at a time, and that's the safest way to do it. And you also get an effective burn the slower you go too. So and then the leaf blower, of course, can just be used to put out the fire when you're ready for it to stop burning in a certain direction once it reaches your fire break, and make sure it's out. But like I said, very simple. This is 2 tools that we're using today, and it's a great management tool. We do a lot of good things with fire, like revitalize this grass, but I'm also planning on putting a food plot in here. So I'm gonna keep rolling, and I expect this to go nice and smooth today. You can see the fire behind me. This is a good example of nice controlled burn on the downwind side. It's backing itself into the wind, going nice and slow, and we got a big fire break already created. So just been going slowly down this line, and once I finish this last 10-15 yards, I'll go up on the what would be the upwind side. So we got the wind at the fire's back, and it'll come down through and it'll meet this burn we already have started. All right, as you can see, we're just wrapping everything up. Everything went just about as good as you can ask for. We went nice and slow. You know, we didn't have a whole lot of equipment. We didn't use a drip torch or anything like that. So I went nice and slow, but you know, better safe than sorry on a project like this. We just had a nice little back burn, and then started the head fire when we knew we had a really good fire break on the other side. I love the results of fire. I can't wait to see how this grows back up. It's gonna be a great spot for turkey season. But like I said earlier, you don't need a whole lot of equipment to do something like this. Just go slow and be smart about what your fire breaks look like, and you can get some pretty good results with not much equipment.